Hey guys, welcome to Kierxn. In today's video, we are going to look into the life of my deafness. Now, if you guys didn't know, I am profoundly deaf, so that means if I take this machine off, I can hear absolutely nothing. But obviously I've got two of them, so I can hear from my left side. Right for you. But today's video, which I can look into how this all working and how it all started. Now, you may know this maybe during someone's life that wasn't deaf, but they turned to profoundly deaf. That is one of the reasons. But that's not my reason. My reason is I became profoundly deaf when I was born. So yeah, when I was firstly born, hearing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you want to know how my deafness really is, I don't know how to explain it. If you stayed in a really quiet room with absolutely nothing, and you feel like there's someone talking but not, that's what it is like. For me, obviously, I can get vibration, I can feel vibration. If my door open and have no implant on, I'll look up and just go there straight away, because I can feel that. This room is wood, I think, so I can feel it. But as it was like brick, really hard material to that side of the room, you can still feel it, but I can feel vibration. That is probably normal for every single person, but it's important for deaf people to feel it. When you live alone and you hear vibration, you know something's happening. That's why vibration is important for deafness. And a lot of you guys, or some people say English is my first language. It is not my first language, that's my second language. My first language is profoundly deaf sign language. So yeah, my second language is obviously English. My first language is deafness language. I don't know what's the full term, but I think it's profoundly deaf language or signing language. Whatever you want to call it, you call it. Now, when I was younger, I knew signing quite a lot, but for one time, I stopped signing for quite a while, and I forgot all the basic. I can't sign. Yes. A while ago, I need to be a really good signer. Right now, terrible. If you want me to sign a sentence or something like that, I will probably fail at that. But I know the basic. But normally, when I'm friends with other people, normally I have to use signs. Sometimes they don't understand. Sometimes they can make out what I'm saying and go from there. But usually they use my lip reading, because I normally lip read. And if you don't know what lip reading is, it said in the name of it. Basically, I'm reading your lip, I'm seeing what you are saying. So if you're just mumbling, you're like blah blah blah, I can probably work it out, but for loads of people, they couldn't. But that's how my brain works. By lip reading, by hearing aid, by sign language, and probably by feel as well. So it's someone said one beat mean go. I can feel that one beat, then I'm going. That's probably one of the language inside. So that language is probably one of the most important language in the world. Besides of all the language that you say in your own country, but it's important for deaf people. If for me, I can't understand other accents because I'm new to having a Norfolk sound. So for example, someone came from Scotland and they got a different accent. I wouldn't quite work it out, depending on how they're talking, but I wouldn't work it out. But as I get there, I can kind of work out what they're saying. It's just that I am new to having quite a clear voice, but there's something I can get new to. It'll just take a little while to get new to that. So that's why signing language is very important to everyone in every single video, or even subtitle as well. Subtitle sign language is probably the important ones, as they describe the clear image of the video or of the topic of the video. If there's nothing, I probably wouldn't understand it, probably wouldn't listen to it, because I don't know what they're saying. Because normally video goes in fast pace. For this video, it does go in a fast pace, but there is subtitle to follow along as well by YouTube. Sometimes it gets it wrong, sometimes it gets it right. Really depends, but my voice, from my opinion, it sounds really clear, and you can lip read me. I can lip read myself. Yeah, I can lip read myself, but normally I can hear myself because I am new to my own voice. Obviously I'm new to my own voice. But once I was born deaf, I have a hearing aid at the start. I think I had a hearing aid at the start, but I didn't like it. So I keep taking them off once I put them on. Take them off, on, off, on. So I have an operation on the right side. Yeah, on the right side. I have one implant at the start. Then 3 years later, this side broke. So I had to get that repaired, and I had to have my second one, which is a slightly weaker one from this. My right one is much more clearer than my left. So if you're my friend and you're wondering why I do this a lot, when I go in with my right, it's probably because my right is stronger than my left. Just for a note, just note that, guys. Note it down. Probably wouldn't want to, but you know, I'm just saying. So that's why I normally go right a lot, because this is stronger than my left. And I had my two for quite a long time. I had two a long time. Nothing broke. It keep going and going. And then 10 years later, you're supposedly every 10 years, you're supposed to have a new implant in your, new implant. So three years ago, I think 3 years ago, I have my new implant on. At the minute, it's still working okay. It's just a bit lacking. I had to keep changing the processor all the time. But this one, I think this is still the start, and it's working great actually. It's just my left just been not great at all. Then we come here, as you see, working with an implant may be hard if you don't know what you're doing. Normally when I'm changing my battery, everyone just stares at me looking at what I'm doing. So for me, it's kind of spooky, like they're going to break in my house and keep my implant. But when I'm changing it, it's interesting for other people. I do let them look at me changing my battery or any other thing I have to do with the implant. But normally they'll come to me and just say, what's the sign for this, what's the sign for that. One of the sign got really popular in my year, and every time one of the people know the sign language, every time they go past me, they say it. They just sign it. I'm like, hey, go for it then. the silent toilet is this, and all of you guys just keep saying toilet, like, okay, don't have one then, go have one then, like, then I realised, oh, it's what I taught them, great. But normally, nowadays, they don't ask anymore, which is great, so no more embarrassment, because, to be honest guys, I am forgetting the sign language, but I am doing my best trying to keep my language in, but it's really hard to keep it in, and with sign language it takes quite a lot of learning, a lot of hand movement, and now these days no really hand movement is going on really, especially for deaf people at the time. Well, I don't know where we are in a minute. This is filmed in November, I like saying November instead of November. November the year of 2020. It was hard for us deaf people because there's Zoom, there's work you have to do offline. It's just mad why you have all the implant stuff to do. But guys, if you think implant stuff is really hard to do and you have to do something every 10 hours every day, no. Unless you have a problem with it, but no, it's not hard. I have a drying box that I put in every single night when before I go to sleep. So this is my drying box for both of me implants. And changing battery, that's it. Unless you have a problem with the cable processor, then obviously make it harder for you guys, but for me it's really simple. I just take it off, pull it back in, put it back in, pull it out, put it back in, done. That's simple. So that's really simple to maintain this and the implant, and trying to keep my sign language in my head, but I am forgetting every day as we go. Just it's not great for me because my brother is deaf, or my best friend is deaf, or my deaf best friend is deaf. So we might have some trouble to go through, but we'll sort it eventually. Sure, other people can sign for me. Yeah. So, my opinion on 2020 with the implant is hard. It's hard for me to understand what my deaf teacher of deaf is saying to me. Yes, I have a separate lesson for my teacher of deaf. Normally, for deaf people, their pronouncing isn't right, or their sentence saying isn't right all the time, so that's why we kind of get extra lesson. Well, not extra lesson, but sometimes we go to a lesson. For example, for me, I don't go to RS, I don't go to French, I don't go to music. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, I don't go to those 3 lessons. Just firstly, French, I don't think will succeed. I don't think I can succeed in that. And my understanding in that, if I chose to do that, that would be my 3rd language, which I do not want to do. So, didn't do that. RS and music is kind of choice. For music, it is kind of on a hard level, because of the understanding of the music and getting that tone right. Not for me. And RS, don't know if pop in RS, but we put it away just because we didn't want to do it. And that's kind of why we are out in some lesson, and we are in other lesson. We are in mostly the important ones, but that's just how it works, guys. That's how it works with deaf people, with all that. Getting extra help is a lot better. It doesn't make anything harder. It makes things kind of more easier as we go through deathless life. But that's how the death life really works. Not that hard, and it's not that simple. Kind of in the middle, but once you get the understanding of it, you're on your merry way. If you got any question for me, put them in a comment down below, and maybe in the future I'll do a Q&A, and we will do a separate catalogue for that specific deafness catalogue, and we will go from there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you do enjoy this video. If you did, give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified every time we upload a brand new video on this channel. And don't forget to check out the social link and this video. Other than that, we will see you next time.